Hello everyone, good afternoon. Whether my voice is audible to everyone and my screen is visible to everyone. If not, please just find Vikram's on presentation in the list and please pin on that particular presentation. Okay. Okay. So I think we should start now. So in the last lecture, we have started the causal forecasting method, and the last lecture we have started causal forecasting method, and in that we have seen the types of the causal forecasting method, that is nothing but regression and correlation forecasting, then input output forecasting, then end use analysis. Then out of that particular three methods, we have to discuss only one method, that is nothing but regression and correlation analysis. Okay. So in that we have seen types of a correlation, that is nothing but positive, negative correlation, then simple and multiple correlation, then linear and non-linear correlation. Afterward, we have seen coefficient of correlation. Okay, so in that Karl's Personnel's coefficient we have seen, and on that basis we will get one value, and which will be useful to determine the type of a correlation, and we can say that whether it is a positive correlation between the two variable or two factors, uh, or we can say that uh, whether there is a strong correlation between two variables or not, or big correlationship between the two variables, that can be determined by using the Karl's Personnel's coefficient of correlations. Okay, so then today we are in this particular lecture, we are going to understand what are the different types of forecasting errors. Okay, so as we have seen a number of problems related to forecasting, and we come to know that after checking the values of actual demand and forecasted demand. Okay, so always there is a difference, or sometimes it matches also, no problem. Sometimes it matches, but most of the time we have seen that there is some difference between the actual demand and the forecasted demand for that particular period, or for that particular month, or for that particular year. Okay, so uh, so this particular forecasts are never perfect. Okay, and one should know the error uh, to choose the proper forecasting methodology for the sales of a demand or for the production purpose. Okay, so for that purpose, measuring of forecasting error plays very important role. Okay, measuring of forecasting error plays very important. So how to measure the forecasting error? Okay, simple method is there, that is nothing but the error for the particular year, that is nothing but E suffix T is equal to actual demand for the particular period, that is A suffix T, minus the forecasted demand for that particular period, that is nothing but F suffix T. Okay, so error is nothing but actual demand minus forecasted demand for the particular period. Okay, error is nothing but actual demand minus forecasted demand. Okay, so we have to determine the difference between that particular actual demand and forecasted demand. Now, if the value of actual demand is greater than the forecasted demand, if the value of actual demand is greater than forecasted demand, then we will get the error having positive sign. Okay, we will get the error having positive sign. So that error will be considered as under forecast. Okay, that error will be considered as under forecast. And if the if we get the actual demand less than the forecasted demand, if you will get the actual demand less than the forecasted demand, in that case the error value will get the negative error value. Okay, error value will be negative. Okay, so in that case we will get the negative error, and that particular error we have to consider it as a over forecast. Okay, so whether you understood what is meant by under forecast and what is meant by over forecast. Okay, in case of over forecast, the actual demand value is more than the forecasted value, and in case of a no, in case of over forecast, the actual demand value is less than the forecasted demand. And in case of under forecast, the actual demand value is greater than the forecasted value. Actual demand value is greater than the forecasted value. So that in case of over forecast, we will get the negative error, and in case of under forecast, we will get the positive error. Okay. So now I think you have clear with this particular measuring error and how to calculate this particular errors in case of forecasting. Okay. So write down the headline that measuring forecast error, measuring forecast error. Okay. And just write down one formula that is nothing but E suffix T. Forecast error, that is nothing but E suffix T is equal to A suffix T minus F of T. Okay, F suffix T. Okay, A suffix T minus F suffix T. Then write down one note: over forecast, that is nothing but negative error. Over forecast, negative error. Forecasting value greater than actual demand. Under forecast, that is nothing but positive error, so that the actual demand is less than actual demand is greater than the forecasted demand. Actual demand is greater than the forecasted demand. Okay. How to minimize error when they are more? Okay, actually the errors will be minimized by selecting the suitable forecasting methodology. Okay, we have seen different kinds of methodology. There are n number of methodologies available for the forecaster. Okay, now the computerized methodologies are also available, so we can use any kind of a methodology, and we have to compare these two methodology for two different methods. Okay, or we can say that for one method we are getting these types of error, and for another method we are getting these types of error. For third method we are getting these types of error, and we have to formulate that particular errors in suitable format. That is nothing but different kinds of equations are there. That is one can say that mean absolute deviation, then bias, then cumulative. Okay, then RMS, mean square error, then root mean square error. So these equations or these formulas of error, okay, to calculate the error, which will be helpful to find out the proper methodology for the forecasting. Okay, so Rohit, you are getting my point? Okay, so shall we move ahead? You have written this particular formula and the note. Everyone, please note down the formula. Whatever the points I'm mentioning in the lecture, please note down that points. Or if you want to copy the slide also, no problem for that. It will be practice for you. Okay, so Rohit, we are going to see the same things in this particular lecture. Okay, so how to find out the accuracy of forecasting, measuring forecasting accuracy. So for that purpose, we have different types of formulas. Okay, so first one is nothing but mean absolute deviation. First one is nothing but mean absolute deviation. Okay, so if we have seen this particular formula in one of the problem also, it is also called as MAD. Okay, mean absolute deviation or MAD. Okay, so it record the error without considering its sign. Okay, it record the error without considering its sign. Okay, so actually we have considering here the mod. Okay, here we are considering the mod, summation of mod. That is nothing but what, if particular error having the negative sign, then also we are not then also we are taking it as a positive one. Okay, so that is nothing but we are not considering the sign of the error. Okay, we have to formulate the total error. Okay, by considering the mod of that particular error. So MAD or nothing but mean absolute deviation is equal to summation of mod of actual minus forecast. Okay, summation of mod of actual minus forecast whole divided by n. That is nothing but number of periods. Okay, or total number of errors. Okay, so write down the formula. Mean absolute deviation in bracket MAD, mean absolute deviation in bracket MAD. Okay, so one point related to this particular error, that is nothing but measures the total error in a forecast, measures the total error in a forecast without regard to sign, without regard to sign. Here we are not considering whether it is negative or positive, sign doesn't matter. We are considering only the values. Okay, so mod of, that is nothing but pure value we are considering. Okay, so MAD or mean absolute deviation is equal to summation of mod of actual minus forecast whole divided by n, whole divided by n is nothing but number of errors or the total number of periods provided. Getting? Everybody written this particular formula? Shall we move ahead? Okay. So then next one is a cumulative forecasting error. Okay, cumulative forecasting error. So this type of error will calculate, will consist all the signs of that particular error. Okay, so if the error is positive, okay, no problem, error is positive error. If the error is a negative, then okay, no problem, error is negative. And at the end, we will get the total summation of all the errors. We'll get total summation of all the errors. Okay, let it be, it may be positive error or it may be negative error. Okay, here only we are adding up all the errors by considering their signs also, by considering their signs also. Okay, so the cumulative forecast error, that is nothing but the total cumulative error of that particular total period. Okay, so the equation we are using to calculate this particular cumulative forecasting error is nothing but CFE, CFE, that is cumulative forecasting error, is equal to summation of, summation of, in bracket actual minus forecast. So actual minus forecast is nothing but what? Error. Okay, summation of error. You can say that summation of error. Summation of error. Okay, summation of error. Okay, shall we move ahead? Okay, The next one is bias. Okay. Here my spelling is wrong one. Okay, bias. So actually we have seen that the cumulative forecasting error, which will consist of uh, means positive error also and negative error also, and calculate the total cumulative error. Okay. So now this particular bias will useful to find out the tendency to over forecast or under forecast. So how to determine whether our forecasting is over forecasting or under forecasting. So that will be calculated, or that will be understood by the forecaster by using this particular bias error. Okay, by using this particular bias here. In this also, we are not considering the mod, we are considering all the signs of error, that is nothing but positive or negative. So one can say that the cumulative error divided by n, that is nothing but bias error. Cumulative error divided by n, that is nothing but bias error. So this particular bias error shows the any tendency to over forecast or under forecast. Okay, or we can say that uh, with regard to direction, and show we can say that here we are in case of mean absolute deviation, regardless of its signs, we are formulating the total error in the forecast. But in case of a bias error, we are formulating error by considering their signs, by considering their signs. So bias is equal to summation of actual minus forecast, that is nothing but summation of error whole divided by n, whole divided by n. So error, summation of error whole divided by n. N is nothing but total number of periods, or total number of errors. One can say that total number of errors. Okay. So please note down this particular formula. Whether my screen is visible to everyone?
No, sir.
Huh?
No. Screen is off.
Screen is off. Okay, okay. I will share once again. Just now off, or it's been a time. Okay. Now it is visible. Now it is visible. Yes. Okay. So whether you have written the previous formulas, cumulative error, then the mean absolute deviation. Everyone, mean absolute deviation formula have you written? Mean absolute deviation, then cumulative forecasting. Okay. Okay. Then bias. Third one is bias. Write down the formula for bias. Okay. So bias is equal to summation of actual minus forecast, that is summation of error whole divided by n. Whole divided by n. That is n is nothing but total number of periods, or total number of errors. Total number of errors. Okay. Shall we move ahead? So now next one is the mean square error. Okay, so this particular error, we can say that amplifies the size of error or the quantity of error. So we are taking the square and its summation, so it will amplification of that particular errors. Okay, so it will penalizes larger error. This penalty of large kind of error will be there by using this particular mean square errors. Okay, and it will be useful to compare the two different types of uh, methodologies or two different forecasting methods. Okay, so mean square error is nothing but what? The summation of all the error squares, or we can say that whatever the errors are there, the square of all such errors and its summation. Okay, so summation of actual minus forecast, that is nothing but summation of error. Okay, bracket square. Okay, so each error we are getting, we have to make it square of that particular error, and we have to add up all such a square of the errors. Okay, and we have to divide with total number of errors or number of periods. Okay, we have to divide by total number of errors or number of periods. So MSE, that is nothing but mean square error, is equal to summation of, in bracket, actual minus forecast, bracket complete, bracket square, whole divided by n, whole divided by n. Write down this particular mean square error. So then next, in this particular error only, the next type of error is root mean square error. Okay, so root mean square error is nothing but what? RMSE. You can write. Okay, if you return the mean square error, then write down the next type, root mean square error. Root mean square error. Okay, so that is nothing but RMSE. RMSE is equal to RMSE is equal to square root of MSE. Okay, that is nothing but square root of mean square error. Square root of mean square error. Square root of mean square error. Okay, so the next type is a tracking signal. Okay, so which is most important part to compare the two different methods of a forecasting. Okay, so tracking signal. So this particular tracking signal helps us to select the proper forecasting methodology for our production system or for our the sales demand. Okay, so on this particular basis we can miss we can decide our the tracking signal. Means what? The upper limit and lower limit we can decide. Okay, if you consider that the tracking signal, I can accept the forecasting methodology up to 4. Okay, or up to 10. Tracking signal up to 10, if I accept that particular forecasting, then I will go through the same forecasting methodology. But if the tracking signal is beyond that particular threshold value or that particular limit, then I have to think about another forecasting methodology. Okay, I have to think about another forecasting methodology. So this particular tracking signal helps us to to determine or to compare two or n number of forecasting methodology, and help to select the best one for our production system or our the cell demand. Okay, so how to determine this particular tracking signal? Okay, so here you can write down measures if your model is working. Okay, so uh, so it will useful to determine whether your model is working for your uh, 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 cell demand or your production demand. Okay, so the tracking signal you can write it as a TS. Okay, uh, capital T, capital S is equal to CFE, that is the cumulative forecasting error divided by mean absolute deviation. CFE divided by mean absolute deviation. CFE divided by mean absolute deviation. Understood? TS is equal to, that is nothing but tracking signal is equal to cumulative forecasting error divided by mean absolute deviation. Mean absolute deviation. Okay, getting? So once we see the problem, we will come to know that how to use this particular formulas. Okay, TS is equal to CFE divided by MAD, that is mean absolute deviation. Okay, so shall we move ahead? Okay, so first problem based on this particular errors, please write down the problem. A dealer for electrical appliances, a dealer for electrical appliances, a dealer for electrical appliances, a dealer for electrical appliances forecast the demand for the geyser, forecast a dealer for electrical appliances forecast the demand for the geyser, forecast the demand for the geyser at the rate of 500 per month. Okay, 500 per month for next 3 months. For next 3 months. For next 3 months, comma, the actual demand turn out, the actual demand turn out, the actual demand turn out to be 400, to be 400, comma, 560, 560 and 700, and 700. Calculate, calculate, calculate absolute forecast error, calculate absolute forecast error and and bias, and bias, and comment on the same, and comment on the same, and comment on the same. Okay, so one dealer is there, we have to consider one dealer is there, and he has forecasted the quantity of sell for geyser, and he has forecasted that for the next 3 months the sell will be 500 number of geyser for per month. Okay, per month 500 geyser will be sell out from that particular go down, or from that particular uh, shop. Okay, but what happened in actual, in actual the sell of that particular geyser, or demand of that particular geyser, actual demand of that particular geyser is 400 400 units for first month, 560 units for the second month, and 700 units for the third month. Okay, now here we have to find out the absolute forecast error and the bias error. Okay, so solution, if you put up the data in the tabular format, then it will be easy to calculate. Okay, it will be easy to calculate. So prepare one table. In that, first column for the month, second column for the actual demand, third column for the forecast, forecasted demand or forecast, and the next column for the error. Okay, so month one, in case of a month one, the actual demand is 400 and forecasted demand is 500 units. Okay, so our error formula is nothing but actual demand minus forecasted demand. Okay, for the particular month or particular period, the error, if you want to calculate, then error for the particular period is nothing but actual demand of that particular period minus forecasted demand for that particular period. So that here we can see that actual for the month one, the actual demand is 400 unit and the forecasted demand is 500 units. So the error will become 400 minus 500. Okay, So the error will become minus 100. Okay. So let me conclude one thing, that whether this particular uh, 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 error is positive error or negative error, whether this error is positive error or negative error. Obviously, it is a negative error. So that we can say that for month one, the forecast was, or forecast is uh, uh, the over forecast. Okay, this type of forecast will be considered as a over forecast. Okay, so forecasted value is more than the actual demand, so we will get the negative error. So in case of over forecasting, we are getting the negative error. Okay, so minus 100 will get the error. Then here month second. Okay, for the month second, the actual demand is 560, and uh, the forecasted demand we have considered as a 500 unit. Okay, actual demand is 560 and forecasted demand is 500 unit. So that we will get the error of 60 unit. Okay, we'll get the error of 60 unit, or error will be 60, and that will be plus. Okay, so that we can say that this is for month second, it will be under forecast. It will be under forecast. Then for the month 3, the actual demand is 700 unit and forecasted demand is 500 unit. So error will be 200 unit. Okay. Now we have to find out, once you find out the errors, then we have to think about our problem. Okay. In case of error. So in first of all, we have to calculate the average absolute forecast error. Okay, absolute forecast error, that is nothing but mean absolute deviation. That is nothing but mean absolute deviation. That is nothing but MAD. Okay, MAD we have to find out, and we know the formula for the MAD. Okay, so MAD is equal to summation of mod of error, or actual minus forecast, whole divided by n. Okay, so MAD is equal to summation of actual minus forecast, mod of actual minus forecast. Okay, whole divided by n. Okay, here we are taking the mod. Okay, so that we have to consider the pure value instead of their signs. We have to consider the pure value. Okay, so here the errors are minus 160 and 200. Okay, so pure values, that is nothing but instead of minus 100, we have to consider only 100. Okay, 60 and 200, and we have to sum up that particular values. So 100 plus 60 plus 200. Okay, 100 plus 60 plus 200, that is nothing but what? Summation of mod. Okay, summation of mod of error. So MAD is equal to 100 plus 60 plus 200. Now we have three errors, or we have calculated the errors for the 3 periods. So n is equal to 3. Okay, then 100 plus 60 plus 200 divided by 3. So it will become 360 divided by 3. I think so. Then it will be equal to 120. It will be equal to 120. Okay. So everyone calculated. Rohit, it's negative. Any question, Rohit, about the negative sign?
No, sir, no.
No. You understood what is meant by mod? Mod is nothing but what? We are taking the pure value only instead of its sign. We are taking the pure value in case of a mod. Here we are taking the mod. Mod समजतंय ना सगळ्यांना? Mod म्हणजे काय असतं? Mod of minus 1. So it will be plus 1. Mod of minus 2. It will be plus 2 only. Okay. So mod of minus sign, it will be plus. Mod of 2 will be 2 only. Okay. Mod of minus 100, it will be 100 only. Okay. So summation of mod of actual minus forecast. Summation of mod of actual minus forecast. That is nothing but mod of error. Okay. Summation of mod of error. So we'll get the mean absolute deviation is equal to 100 plus 60 plus 200 divided by 3 equal to 120. Okay. So that will be the mean absolute deviation. Now next we have to find out the bias error. Okay. So in case of a bias error, we are considering all the signs. Here there is no mod. Here only summation of errors. Only summation of error. There is no mod in case of a bias error. Okay. So summation of actual minus forecast. Summation of actual minus forecast whole divided by n. Okay. So in case of a bias, we have to consider the signs of errors also. Okay. We have to consider the signs of error also. So our errors are minus 100, 60 and 200. So bias is equal to summation of all such errors will be minus 100 plus 60 plus 200 whole divided by 3. Okay. So number of errors are 3, or for 3 periods we are calculating the error. So for that purpose n is equal to 3. So that minus 100 plus 60 plus 200 divided by 3, it will be equal to 53.33. 53.33. Whether everybody getting these two values for the bias error and the mad error, okay, mad type of error, that is mean absolute deviation. Now next task for you people, okay. So calculate the percentage error, okay. How much percentage error for the bias and how much percentage error for this particular mad, okay. So how to calculate the percentage error? How to calculate the percentage error? So on the basis of forecasting, okay, forecasted value is 500. So out of 500, we will get the 120 error, okay, 120 error in case of a math. So 120 divided by 500 multiplied by 100, that will be the error for the MAD. And in case of a bias, 53.33 divided by 500 multiplied by 100, multiplied by 100, that will be the error. Now this particular MAD increases absolute error, okay, means what total error in case of this particular the forecasting, we will come to know in case of a MAD, okay, without considering its sign. So we will come to know the actual error in case of this particular forecasting method, okay, in MAD. But in case of this particular bias error, it will underestimate the forecasting. How come? Because here, after accumulation, the error effect is reduced. Okay, error effect is reduced. We are getting the 53.33. So bias error underestimate the forecasting. Okay, so if you calculate this particular percentage of mad error and bias error, please put up in the chat box where we use this particular mad and bias value in actual. Okay. Uh, so mad, while forecasting only we are using this particular values. Okay. So it will useful to determine the forecasting methodology. Please understand this. After this particular problem, we will take the another one problem which will help to understand what are the uses of this particular errors. Okay. So actually the first method in case of mad, I think you will get near about 24% error. Okay. And in case of this particular bias, you will get near about 9.6% error. Okay. If you calculated the same thing. Okay. So we are getting the positive sign for the bias. Okay, we are getting the positive sign for the bias. So positive sign for the error. In case of a bias, we will consider that if positive sign for the error we will get, then in that case that will be the uh, under forecast. That will be the under forecast. So bias forecasting will be useful to find out whether the forecasting is under forecast or whether forecasting is over forecast. Okay. So here we are getting the positive sign, that is nothing but the forecasting is a under forecast. Okay. Forecasting is a under forecast. And by using the MAD, we will get the total number of, or the actual quantity of error happen in that particular forecasting. Okay, so it will be a very high degree of average error. It will be very high degree of average error. Okay, so that will be the comment for the mad and uh, the bias error. Okay, in this particular problem, the comment for mad and bias error. Okay, so in the comment we can write the errors. Okay, percentile error, that is in case of a mad we will get the 24% error of forecasting for the geyser, and in case of a bias we'll get the 96.6% error, and that will be a under forecast. That will be the under forecast. By using this particular bias, we'll come to know that whether it is under forecast or over forecast, so that we can say that it is under forecast. Okay, and uh, by using this particular mean absolute error, we'll come to know that there is very high degree of average error, and we'll come to know there is 24% of forecasting error value for the geyser. Okay, average forecasting value for the geyser. Okay, so everyone with me? Have you calculated this mad and bias errors? Please comment in chat box whether you calculated or not. Okay. Okay, shall we move ahead for the next problem? Okay, write down everyone. The next problem is a company is comparing a company is comparing the accuracy of two forecasting methods. The accuracy of two forecasting methods. A company is comparing the accuracy of two forecasting methods forecasts using both methods both methods forecasts using both methods are shown below are shown below along with the actual value for January through May. Okay, that is nothing but from January to May. Okay, actual value for January through May. The company also uses a company the company also uses a tracking signal. A company also uses a tracking signal with plus or minus 4 limits with plus or minus 4 limits to decide to decide to decide to decide when a forecast should be reviewed with 4 plus or minus 4 limits to decide when a forecast should be reviewed. Which forecasting method is best? Which forecasting method is best? Okay, so one company is there and that company using two forecasting methods. Okay, and company want to compare that particular two methods. Okay, on the basis of 5-month data. Okay, so month are considered for this particular evaluation from January to May. Okay, and for that purpose company also consider the actual sale for the forecasted demand for that particular month. Okay, so actual sale for the particular month uh, has been available, and forecasted demand for that particular month has been available. Okay, for both the methods. Okay, so actual sale for the prepare one table like this. Okay, or if you want to write the values, write down in this manner: month, for the January month, actual sale is 30 unit. Okay, and by using the first forecasting method or method A. Okay, so by using method A, the forecasted value for January month was 28 unit. Then by using method B, the forecasted value for January month is 27. Okay. In the same manner, for the February month, actual sale is 26. Forecasted value for the February month was 25 by using first method or A method, and by using B method, forecasted value was 25 for the February month. Then for the March month, the actual sales was 32 unit, and forecasting by using method A, it's also 32 unit. Then forecast by using method B, it was 29 unit. Okay, then by for April month, actual sales was 29 unit. Then forecast by using method A was 30 unit, and forecast by using method B was 27 unit. Then for month May, the actual sales was 31 unit, for and forecasted sale for May month was 30 unit by using method A, and by using method B, the forecasted sale was 29 unit. Okay. Now here, what we have to we have to compare these two methods. Okay, on the basis of a tracking signal. Okay, so for the tracking signal purpose, the limit is provided by the company to decide or to review the forecasting method. Okay, so that limit is plus or minus 4. Okay, so if the value of tracking signal is beyond this particular value, then we have to review that particular method, or we should not select that particular method for next forecasting. Okay, so that is the uh, uh, that will we will come to know by using this particular tracking signal. Okay, so everybody written this particular problem. Shall we move ahead, or some time required to write down the problem? Shall we move ahead? Okay, I think everyone has finished the problem statement. Okay, now here we have to prepare once again a table. Okay, so for method A, okay, forecasting method A, for method A we are preparing this table. Okay, so months for first column should be month, second column actual sell, then third column forecast method A, then error, then cumulative error and tracking signal. Okay, so in this manner we have to prepare the table. Okay, so the second row, in January month, the actual sell was 30 unit and forecasted sell was 28 unit. So error will become 30 minus 28. So the error will be 2 unit. Okay. Now cumulative error also we have to consider as a 2 unit only. Okay. Cumulative error also we have to consider as a 2 unit. In case of a first month, we have to consider whatever the error we are getting, that error we have to consider as a cumulative error. Now last column we have to calculate after getting all the errors. Okay, last column we have to calculate, that is nothing but tracking signal column. We have to calculate after getting all the errors. Okay, Then for the February month, the actual sales was 26 unit. The forecast sale was 25 unit by using method A, and the error between this particular actual sale and forecasted sale is 1. Okay, 26 minus 25. So that will become 1. Okay. Now cumulative error. Okay. Cumulative error is nothing but what? Addition of all the errors. So cumulative error. Here in case of first month, that is January month, we are getting the 2 error. Okay. 2 cumulative error. Now 2 plus 1. Okay. 2 plus 1. So total cumulative error is 3. Okay. 2 plus 1. Here the previous month error was 2 and the current month error was 1 is 1. Okay, so 2 plus 1, so it will be equal to 3. Okay, so in Feb month we will get the cumulative error equal to 3. Then for the March month, actual uh, sales was 32 unit and forecasted sale was 32 unit. So 32 minus 32 will get 0. Okay, so error is 0. Now cumulative error 3 plus 0, 3 plus 0, so it will be equal to 3. It will be equal to 3. Okay, then for the April month, actual sale was 29 unit and forecasted sale was 30 unit. So error will become 29 minus 30. 29 minus 30, it will become minus 1. Okay, now cumulative error 3 3 minus 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, it will be equal to 2. Cumulative error becomes 2. Okay, in case of a April month, cumulative error becomes 2. Okay, for the May month, okay, actual sale was 31 unit, forecasted sale was 30 unit. Okay, so error is nothing but 31 minus 30, we will get error 1. Okay, and cumulative error is nothing but 2 plus 1, 2, that is the up to previous month, what is cumulative error, plus current month error. Okay, so 2 plus 1, it will become 3. Okay, it will become 3. So we will get the 3 error 3 cumulative error for the May month. We'll get the 3 cumulative error for the May month. Okay, whether everybody understood up to this? Okay, so we have not seen this particular tracking signal column. Okay, calculate up to this cumulative error. Okay, everybody with me? Everybody calculating this particular errors? Understood how to calculate error and cumulative error? Okay, how to calculate error and cumulative error for the particular month, for the particular period, or for the particular month, how to calculate error and cumulative error? Okay, so then next thing, we have to calculate the MAD. Okay, MAD is nothing but what? Mean absolute error. Okay, mean absolute error. So mean absolute error, that is nothing but summation of mod of actual minus forecasting. That is nothing but summation of mod of error. Okay, summation of mod of error whole divided by n. That is nothing but total number of errors or total number of periods. Okay, so here mod is there. Now we are getting the errors as 2, 1, 0, minus 1 and 1. Okay, 2, 1, 0, minus 1 and 1. Okay, we have to add up all this error. So while considering the error, we have to consider its actual value. Okay, or the absolute value. Okay, so here only one error is having minus 1 sign. So here in case of a MAD, this value for this absolute value for the minus 1 is 1. Okay, so for that purpose, MAD is equal to addition of all the errors, absolute value of all the errors. Okay, so that is nothing but 2 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, divided by 5, because total number of periods are 5 or total number of errors are 5. So addition of all the errors, that is nothing but addition of absolute value of all the errors. Okay, 2 1 0 1 1, that is nothing but 5 divided by 5. So MAD, that is nothing but mean absolute deviation, we will get 1. Okay, mean absolute deviation, we will get 1. So everyone with me calculated MAD, whether you are getting the same values? Okay, Rohit is saying yes sir. Abhishek getting? Everyone, others also please comment and try to solve the problem. Okay, So this particular MAD value we have put up over here. Okay, below this particular error column, at the bottom we have put up this particular MAD is equal to 1. Okay, so next we have to calculate the MAC. Okay, so MAC is nothing but what? Mean square error. Okay, mean square error. So in that mean square error, first of all, we have to square up all the errors. Okay, so whatever the values we are getting, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, 1. Square, first of all, we have to square all the errors. Okay, 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, minus 1 square is 1, and 1 square is 1. Okay, so MAC, that is nothing but summation of actual minus 4 cos bracket square. That is nothing but summation of error square divided by n. So here MAC, that is mean square error, is equal to 2 square plus 1 square plus 0 plus 1 square plus 1 square. Okay, I think so. One for one of the error it is minus 1. Okay, write down here minus 1 square plus in bracket minus 1 square. Okay, so MAC is equal to 2 square plus 1 square plus 0 plus 1 square plus 1 square bracket complete whole divided by 5, whole divided by 5. Okay, then you will get the value 4 plus 1 5, 6, 7. 7 divided by 5, it will be equal to 1.4. It will be equal to 1.4. 7 divided by 5, it will be equal to 1.4. So MAC, we are getting, that is mean square error, we are getting 1.4. Okay, we are getting 1.4. Now once we calculated MAD and we have cumulative error, once we calculated MAD is equal to 1, and once we calculated the cumulative error, all the cumulative error, then it will be useful to calculate the tracking signal. Then it will be useful to calculate the tracking signal, because the tracking signal formula is tracking signal is equal to CFE divided by MAD. Okay, tracking signal formula is CFE, that is the cumulative forecasting error, divided by mean absolute deviation. Cumulative forecasting error divided by mean absolute error. Okay, this is the equation for tracking signal. Okay, so same formula we are using to find out the tracking signal for the particular month. Okay, tracking signal for the particular month. Okay, so cumulative error for the January month is 2, and total MAD is 1. So 2 divided by 1 will be equal to 2. Tracking signal we are getting 2 in case of a January month. Then cumulative error for the February month is 3. 3 divided by 1. Okay. CFE divided by MAD, that is 3 divided by 1 will be equal to 3. Then once again for the March month, 3 divided by 1, it will be equal to 3. Then for the April month, 2 divided by 1 equal to 2. And for the May month, 3 divided by 1 will be equal to 3. Okay. 3 divided by 1 equal to 3. So tracking signals we are getting in case of method A as 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Okay. And here in case of our problem, it is mentioned that tracking signal, the company also uses a tracking signal with plus or minus 4 limits to decide when a forecast should be reviewed. Now in case of method A, so we have not crossed limit. We have not crossed limit. So tracking signal is within limit. Okay. So that in case of a method A, we need not to review the forecasting method. We need not to review the forecasting method. So this methodology is absolutely fine to determine the forecasting for the next month. Okay. And once we are getting the tracking signal error beyond the limit, then we have to review that particular method. Okay. So everybody getting these particular values, please mention in the chat box whether everybody understood how to calculate the MAD, the mean square error, then the tracking signals, then cumulative error and error. Is there any question, any problem for calculation? If you have any doubt, please ask. Everybody with me? Have you calculated? Now, okay. Yes. Everybody getting the same values for the tracking signal? Now similar table. Now it's your task now. Uh, Format the similar table for the method B. Okay. For the method B. Okay. Format the similar table for the method B. Find out MAD, MSC, error, cumulative error, tracking signal for the method B. Forecasting method B, because here we have considered for the method A, we have considered actual sale, month, actual sale, and forecast method A. Okay. Now for the method B, we have to form the same type of a table by considering month, actual sale, and forecast by using method B. Forecast by using method B. Okay. Please do everyone and find out error cumulative. After finding out errors, find out cumulative error. Then after finding out cumulative error, then we have to find out the mean absolute deviation and mean square error. Okay. Once you get the MAD and cumulative error value, find out the tracking signal by using the formula TS is equal to CFE, that is the cumulative error. CFE is nothing but cumulative error divided by MAD. Okay. So MAD is nothing but mean absolute deviation. Okay. Do calculation. Meanwhile, I will take attendance and then tell me your answers and suggest me which methodology we should select or which methodology of forecasting is best. Day before yesterday, I called some of the parents regarding the attendance of the student for this particular online lectures, and I'm very upset after hearing very bad words about the student by their parents. Okay, and I come to know means काय म्हणते त्याला राज कळल्यासारखे झालेत मला त्याचं लक्षात. तर जरा परिस्थितीची जाण ठेवा सगळ्यांनी. पालक सांगतात घरी काहीच काम नसतं पोराला, सगळ्या सुखसुविधा उपलब्ध आहेत, कम्प्युटर आहे, मोबाईल आहे, मोबाईल मध्ये 2 सिम आहेत, प्रत्येक सिमला 2-2 GB डेटा आहे, तरी पोरं लेक्चर अटेंड करत नाही. ही सिच्युएशन आहे आणि घरात तर काहीच काम नाही. तुम्हाला डिसाईड करायचं तुम्ही काय करायचं ते. आता तुम्ही म्हणताल आमची एवढी काळजी का तुम्हाला? आमची तुम्हाला काळजी नाही, तो आमच्या कस्टमरची काळजी आहे. तुम्ही आमच्यासाठी कस्टमर नाही, तुमचे पॅरेंट कस्टमर आहेत. ओके. तर आम्हाला आमच्या कस्टमरची काळजी आहे म्हणून आम्ही हे करतो. कस्टमर कोण असतो? जो पैसे भरतो तो कस्टमर असतो. मग पैसे तर तुम्ही नाही भरत, मग कोण भरतं? तुमचे आई वडील. मग प्रोडक्ट बद्दल माहिती देणं गरजेचं आहे ना कस्टमरला, काय चाललंय तुमच्या प्रोडक्टचं. तर जरा विचार करा. अजून पण मला सॅटिस्फाईड अटेंडन्स नाही. अबाउट 37 स्टुडंट अटेंड करतात. ठीक आहे, अजून पण तुमच्या मित्रांना सांगा, समजावा त्यांना. It's not about you. It's I'm generalizing the statement. Don't take it personally. Sorry if you are taking personally. Attendance, please. Roll number 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2,
Yes, sir.
3,
Yes, sir.
4. Try to solve. Don't leave this meeting. Try to solve the problem. Put up your answer and then you can left. 4, 4 absent. 5 absent. 6,
Present.
7,
Yes, sir.
8, 8 absent. 9, 9 absent. 10, 10 absent. 11 absent. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Present, sir.
16. Who is 16?
Sir, Vaibhav.
Vaibhav Tanve. 16. 17, 17 absent. 18,
Yes, sir.
Vikas. 18. 19,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Pawan Singh. 19. I think Pawan Singh, it's your first lecture. Huh?
Third, sir.
Third. Okay.
Uh,
Hmm. How do you know how much lectures we have conducted on this particular subject?
12 or 13, sir.
Hmm? 12 or
12 or
13?
13.
Near about 20 lectures we have conducted up till now.
सर माझ्याजवळ मोबाईल नव्हता सर नवीन घेतलाय मी आता.
But ठीक है. It's okay.
हा.
Okay. 20. Roll number 20. 21.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Omkar. Okay. 22. 22 absent. 23 absent. 24 absent. 25 absent. 26, 27, 28, 27, still 27 today also absent. Okay. 28 absent. 29, 30.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek 30. 31.
Present, sir. 31.
Okay, Chaitanya.
Hello.
Yes, I have marked your attendance. No problem, Chaitanya.
Okay.
Okay. 32, 33.
Yes, sir.
Mahesh. Mahesh, you are also irregular. Huh? Please, uh, please have attention to the lectures and try to attend the lectures.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Your
Yes, sir.
attendance also very less.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 34, 35.
Present.
Shahid, you are also so casual about the attendance. 37, 37 absent.
Yes, sir. 37.
Okay. 38,
Yes, sir.
Pranil, 38. 39, absent.
37.
40,
Yes, sir.
40 Rohan, okay. 41,
Yes, yes, sir.
attendance mark. 41, absent. 42, absent. 43, absent. 44, absent. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49,
Yes, sir.
49 by above. Okay. 50. Roll number 50. 51.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 52. 52.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 52. 53.
51 present, sir.
Mark the attendance, no problem. 53. Absent. 54.
Yes, sir.
Pradeep. Pradeep, please attend the lectures. Okay. Your attendance also low. 55. Absent. 56. Absent. 57.
Yes,
Absent.
sir.
Azam, what is your roll
Yes,
number?
sir.
Hmm?
56.
Okay, okay.
56.
Yes, yes. Got it. 56. 57 absent. 58.
Yes, sir.
Nihal, what is your roll number? 58.
58.
Try to attend all the lectures, Nihal.
Sir.
Why you are so casual? 59.
Yes, sir.
Vijas, you are also irregular for the lecture. Hmm? Try to attend lecture. There is no work at home.
Yes, sir.
You have all the facilities, Vijas.
Yes, yes.
Okay. 60.
Yes, sir.
Girish, 60. 61.
Present, sir.
Nice. 61. 62. 62 absent. 63. Absent. 64.
Present, sir. 64.
64 Sunil. 65. Absent. 66.
Yes, sir.
Absent. 66. 67. Absent. 68. Absent. 69. Absent.
Present, sir.
69. Avinash. Okay. So Avinash started attending the lecture. That is good thing, Avinash. 70. 70 absent. 71. 72. 73.
Present, sir.
Prasad 73. 74. 75.
Yes, sir.
Akshay 75. Okay, marked Akshay. Your attendance mark. Yes, yes, Akshay Laute 75, na? 76. Okay, marked your attendance. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81.
Present, sir.
No, 81. Okay. 82. 82 absent. Okay. So if I missed anyone's attendance. Okay.
Sir, 8.
Six
Roll
present.
number 6
I have
present.
marked the 6 attendance.
Sir, roll number 4 is
Sir, roll
present.
number.
Roll number 4 marked. Next.
Sir, roll number 8.
8 marked. Okay.
37, sir.
Marked next.
Present, sir.
Okay. I'm getting some of the answers. Okay. I think everybody has solved this particular problem. If you have any problem, I will show the answers. Mad. Mad, you are getting 2.2. Okay. So actual cell minus forecasted cell, that is nothing but error. Okay. So 30 minus 27, 3, 26 minus 25, 1, 32 minus 29, 3, 29 minus 27, 2, 31 minus 29, 2. Okay. So these are the errors and all the errors are positive error. Okay. So MAD is nothing but addition of all the errors divided by number of periods or number of errors. So we have 5 periods or 5 errors. So 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. How much getting? 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, and plus 4, 11. So 11 divided by 5. So MAD we will get 2.2. Okay. And if you square up all these, so 3 square 9, 1 square 1, 3 square 9, 2 square 4, 2 square 4. So 9 plus 1, 10, plus 9, 19, 19 plus 8, 27. So 27 divided by 5. So 5.4 or 5.6. Please tell me. 5.4. Okay, that is correct answer. 5.4. So Vivek Jadhav is saying my first lecture. Okay, I will check and I will tell you your roll number. Okay, Vivek. So please message me. I will tell you your roll number on your mobile or your own WhatsApp message. Okay. So 5.4 is MSE. Then if you calculate the cumulative error, so for first month we have to take error as a cumulative error. Okay. So 3 for the first month cumulative error is 3. For the second month 3 plus 1. Okay. February month is error is 1 and last period error is 3. So 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Okay. Then next 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Then 7 plus 2 equal to 9. Then 9 plus 2 equal to 11. Okay, getting everyone getting the same cumulative error 3, 4, 7, 9, 11. Then we have to find out the tracking signal. Okay, tracking signal is nothing but what? The cumulative error for the particular month divided by MAD. Divided by MAD. So 3 plus 3 divided by 2.2, 1.36. Then 4 divided by 2.2, 1.81. Then 7 divided by 2.2, it will be 3.18. Then 9 divided by 2.2, it will be 4.0 now. Okay, here we crossed our limit. Okay, here we crossed our limit. So our limit or the tracking signal limit is plus or minus 4. Okay, so here we crossed plus or minus 4. If you summarize this, then for the fifth month we will get the tracking signal as 5. So here for the fifth month we have to review this particular methodology, and while considering these two particular methods, method A and method B, on the basis of MSE. Okay, in case of a method A, MSE is 1.4, and in case of method B, MSE is 5.4. Okay, on these two basis we can decide that the best method for forecasting is method A. Okay, the best method for forecasting is method A. This particular MSE amplifies the error so that it will be useful easily. We can uh, track down which methodology is better for the forecasting. So MSE for the method B is 5.4, so which is larger than method A, so that we can say that method A is more better than method B. Okay, getting my point, everyone? Everyone getting same values? If you have any question, please ask. Now today this chapter is over here only. Okay, our chapter number 2 will end up now, and tomorrow we will conduct test. Okay, the quiz test we are going to conduct tomorrow's lecture. Okay, please be prepared. I have put up a maximum material related to this chapter on our study material link. Okay, please go through that particular study material. Okay, and try to understand this particular chapter. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask now only, no problem. If you don't have doubt, then you can left, no problem. No question. So we will stop here. Okay.
माने ते म्हैशी म्हैशा गेलं काय उलटून कुठे गेलं नाही